So, let's talk masking. Hey guys, welcome to an episode in the Masking 101 series, where we'll be learning and mastering the different kinds of masking techniques in Photoshop and Premiere. Masking is by far one of the most utilized and most basic technique in the realm of photography and videography, and we'll be covering the different ways in which we can pull off a mask over the course of this series. Now, what is masking? Masking is a technique in which we can selectively show parts of the image and hide the rest. We accomplish this using a tool called the layer mask. And the layer mask lets us isolate parts of the image and allows us to control what we want to be seen and what we want to be hidden or ignored. Now, how do we achieve this type of mask? It basically boils down to first adding a layer mask to your image and then creating a selection with any of the selection techniques at your disposal. Once we made the selection, we just have to fill the selection with either white or black. White will show the parts of the image and black will hide the parts of the image. Now, let's hop into Photoshop and I'll show you how it's done. As you can see in the depth isolation picture and the water droplet picture, I've used masking to achieve these kinds of effects. And the water droplet picture has far more complex and much more time consuming masking, therefore we'll be sticking with the example of the depth isolation photo. Now first import your base photo into Photoshop. You can first edit it in Lightroom before importing, as I have done, or you can just import the raw file. After this, we're going to import our second image. Now that we've imported our second photo into Photoshop, you can see what the challenge is. We have to cut out a circle in the base photo and have this photo appear behind it. Now, to achieve that, let's hide this layer and duplicate the background layer. We do this in order to make our base photo editable, because the background layer is locked by default. First, we can start by adding the layer mask, and that's done by this small button over here. As you can see, a second white image appeared next to our base image. And we can use this layer mask to hide out whatever is inside this UV filter. And as we're working with a circle, the best selection tool to have is the elliptical marquee tool. So you can start off by first creating the selection. You can right click on your selection and go down the list, and you will see an option called fill. Click on that option and under contents, make sure it is set to black and that the blend mode is normal with opacity at 100% and press OK. As you can see, that part of the image has been completely hidden, and we can notice in our layer mask that there is a black circle indicating where the photo has been hidden. Now if we make the second photo visible, we can just simply drag the photo below the background copy layer and you can play around with the position. And we've already almost achieved the effect that we're looking for, but we can still tweak this photo a bit. Hitting Ctrl+T will bring up the transform options of the photo. This will allow us to adjust the scaling so that we can make the effect look more realistic. And you can scale the photo down a bit so that we can get more of the long exposure trails. And once you're satisfied with the size and the placement, you can just hit the tick mark to commit the transformation. And now you can just zoom into the photo and do the necessary corrections as required. As you can see, there are still some parts of the image which still need to be masked out. For this, we can select our brush tool and set the color to black and press OK. And once you've made sure that you've selected your layer mask, you can go ahead and fix these small errors. And once you're satisfied with how your mask turned out, you can just go ahead and do the final tweaking. And there you go, you've just combined two images to create a stunning effect. But always remember that a sloppy mask degrades the photo, so take your time and be thorough with your mask. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. Drop a like and a subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.